Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I come before you today not merely as an individual, but as a representative of the silent aspirations and enduring fortitude of Afghan women. My personal narrative is intertwined with the collective plight and persistent struggle for emancipation and justice in Afghanistan. As I share my odyssey from a young Afghan girl to a global advocate for human rights and women's rights, I aim to illuminate the path we have trodden and the arduous journey that lies ahead. I was born in the year 1994, amidst a country torn by conflict, yet rich in culture and history. My childhood was marked by the sound of school bells in Kabul and Baghdad, where I, against all odds, pursued the light of education. The classrooms were my sanctuary, the books my allies, and every word I learned was a step towards liberation, not just for myself, but for every Afghan girl. In 2009, I graduated from school with a heart full of ambition and set out to further my education in India. There I earned my bachelor's and master's degree, each degree a milestone on my journey, equipping me with the knowledge to influence and reshape the landscape of my beloved Afghanistan. Returning home with degrees in hand, I served as an administration officer at Alpama Private High School in Kabul. For 6 months, I worked alongside little girls, kindling the flames of their educational dream, and in doing so, igniting a greater passion within myself, a passion for change, leadership, and empowerment. During my university years, the seeds of activism took root. I founded the Assistance and Promotion for Afghan Women Organization, a non-profit organization dedicated to championing women's rights with a laser focus on education for girls. My team and I lobbied tirelessly for women's participation in the peace process, their involvement in decision-making, and the protection of their educational right. After university, I embarked on a new venture, the establishment of Exile, which translates to a young girl. This was not just a radio station, it was a revolution in waves. Led by a team of courageous women, we broadcasted across Wardak and 4 neighboring provinces, touching on the vital issues of women's education and economic independence. Exile Radio became the vessel through which we championed democracy, freedom of speech, and combated tyranny. In 2018, at the age of 24, I broke through the glass ceiling and was appointed as the youngest and one of the first female mayors in Wardak province. In a role typically dominated by men, I not only advocated for women's participation and girls' education, but also fought bravely against the land mafia, traffickers, and religious extremists. My tenure as mayor was punctuated by both ups and downs, including several armed attacks on my life and the horrific and tragic loss of my father in 2021. Yet, these challenges only fueled my determination to stand firm against injustice. On the 9th of July 2021, my career took a turn as I assumed the position of Director of the Department of Support for Families of Martyrs, Disabled, and Prisoners of War within the Defense Ministry. My work transitioned to caring for those who bore the scars of war, many of whom were women. In this role, I continued to empower women, leveraging my position to enhance their lives and honor the sacrifices of their families. Then, on the fateful day of August 15, 2021, the fabric of Afghan society was once again torn asunder. The resurgence of the Taliban regime erased the hard-won gains of Afghan women and girls in the spheres of education and employment and civil liberties. And this happened just under the eye of those leaders which will never want their nation to witness such barbaric event and move. Despite these harrowing circumstances, I, along with countless Afghan women, remain steadfast in our resolve and preserve. Exile, a state imposed upon me and many others, has neither quelled me and my spirit nor my determination to champion the cause of Afghan women. I advocate globally on their behalf, engaging with media, academia, and international forums to ensure that our voice resonates and our plight remain at the forefront of the global conscience. Yes, yet for my daughter, Lara, and for all daughters of Afghanistan, I will continue to fight. We will not rest until our homeland welcomes us back with open arms, until it becomes a place where our children can thrive without fear, with dignity and opportunity at their fingertips. The battle is not just for Lara, but for every Zarifa and every Afghan girl who deserves a future free from the shackles of oppression. Ladies and gentlemen, in this crucial moment, the world requires the strength and wisdom of women. It is imperative that the global female community unite to rise for humanity, educate themselves, and take their rightful place as leaders. Only then we can create a world that is safe and nurturing for all generations to come. And to the global leaders, I issue a clarion call for peace and cessation of the machinations that perpetuate conflict and suffering. Yet we must not turn a blind eye to the insidious rule of external forces that destabilize nations. Pakistan's interferences in Afghanistan and its global sponsorship of terrorism are matters that warrant vigilant scrutiny and decisive action by the international community. The world must remain watchful and resolute in its efforts to dismantle networks of terrorism and to hold accountable those who undermine sovereign nations and global security. And for those of you who seek to understand the depth of my commitment and the breadth of my vision, I encourage you to delve into the pages of my book, Zarifa, A Woman's Battle in a Man's War, and to hold the Netflix documentary in her hands. Those narratives are not only chronicle of my struggle, but also lay bare the resilience and courage of Afghan women. As I conclude, I leave you with a simple yet powerful message. Every voice matters. Every dream counts. And together, we can form a future where the dignity and rights of every human being are upheld and cherished. Thank you for lending me your ears and your heart. Let us stand in solidarity for a world where the laughter of our children is a chorus of freedom and their footsteps march toward a horizon of endless possibilities. Thank you so much.